Hi, my name is Eric, and this is my wife, Dr. Sakeisha. We are your relationship experts. We help educate, empower, and encourage couples in 3 key areas.
Yes, we help couples develop more effective communication strategies. We help them manage their finances so they're no longer living paycheck to paycheck, and help enhance their levels of intimacy. So let's get started.
Let's get started. Today's motivational marriage tip is be kind to one another.
Now, Ephesians 4:32 from the NIV version tells us, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ God forgave you. Now, one of the things that we found in the couples that we interact with is sometimes we really don't take time out just to be kind to one another. I mean, simple acts of kindness can have a huge impact on your relationship. Now let's think about it. You've had a bad day, you're in the store, running late, kids forgetting stuff, and then someone just does something kind for you. Doesn't that cause you to kind of slow down and really appreciate life and just take you breathe and just, be thankful? Now the good thing about it, that's a blessing when somebody does that, but it's an even greater blessing when it's your spouse is the one that's doing that for you. I mean, when you're being kind or you're demonstrating kindness, you're taking a moment and stepping outside of that situation and just seeing what you can add to the situation, what you can do to be a blessing to your spouse. So you'd be surprised that the greatest impact that you can have on your relation by these simple acts of kindness. And when I started thinking about it, I started thinking about the ways in which we communicate with one another, which is basically your 5 love languages, based on a book by Gary Chapman. So there are essentially 5 ways or languages in which we communicate love to one another. Sounds fair? So for those of you guys who are not familiar with it, one would be words of affirmation, aka leaving an encouraging word or an encouraging note somewhere just to affirm your spouse, to let them know that you love them, you're thinking of them, you appreciate them. That little note goes a long way.
Yes.
Okay, or love language number 2, which can be gifts. Bringing home your spouse's favorite snack, or just surprising them, being thoughtful, something they may have been eyeing in the store. And I'm sure you're looking at me and say, everything you're talking about involves buying and spending money. You don't understand, we're on a budget. I get there.
Yeah, now I know for you, I know what your surprise is. Just knock her off that honey to-do list. And she has a long list when I come home. Well, honey, could you do this? Honey, could you do that? But if I just come home and just remember what she had asked and just go ahead and knock them off without her even reminding me or telling me, she would be surprised.
Yeah.
Oh. Now the next thing is...
But that love language is called acts of service.
Okay, acts of service. She loves acts of service.
AKA setting himself up for a blessing later on, just in case you're wondering.
Now I know what I like for her to do for me when I come home. I like for her to greet me at the door with a big hug and a big kiss. I love that.
So that, in other words, his love language is physical touch. So for those of you out there who, or even if you're like me, I didn't grow up in a home where I saw my mom and my dad hugging, kissing, and showing a lot of affection. So in your marriage, that can be a problem if that's your spouse's love language. So you have to be intentional. If I know that makes him feel loved, I'm going to make sure that I greet him. Hey, be intentional about hugging him, kissing him, showing him affection, because that's showing him love. I mean, it's great to leave little notes around the house, but if that doesn't express love to him, well, I might want to focus my efforts on something different, right?
Right.
All right.
So whatever the case may be, make small deposits into the love tank daily. Not weekly, not monthly, but daily.
And not just on the holidays. But before we go, we had one more, which is quality time. Which means make sure you take the time to turn off your cell phone. Give your spouse your undivided attention. If quality time is their love language, that's going to mean a whole lot to them. So we hope you enjoyed this quick marriage tip or this motivational tip. That's something to kind of put in your arsenal or your strategies for helping to make your marriage win. So
thank you for being with us on this broadcast, and we hope to see you next time for the daily motivational relationship tips.
Remember, you can be the change you want to see in your relationship. Until
We
next
want to
time.
thank you for joining us today on our broadcast.
Let's keep the conversation going. You can connect with us via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or subscribe to our YouTube channel under Marriage Can Win.
Also, you can join us 24/7 on our Marriage Can Win podcast at www.themarriagecanwinshow.com, and also connect to us at marriagescanwin.com.
Remember, you can be the change you want to see in your relationship. Until next time, see you soon.